Well, I'm continuing Winged Pharaoh. I've gone back, I think, to page 51. All things that can be apprehended by the five senses of the body are things of form, and therefore of the nam, an aspect of the soul. But you cannot see or taste or touch qualities. You cannot smell courage or hear patience, for they do not belong to the limitations of form as we know it. They're a spirit, you see. So spirit is defined here as being that which cannot be apprehended simply by the senses. You can't smell it, touch it, taste it, hear it or see it. And I should read a paragraph before. As I've already taught you, we are made of body, soul and spirit. The body, the car ibis and the car. This is the outer covering of our soul and spirit, through which we gain experience of earth. And when the body dies, the car and the car ibis die also. Our soul is the bar and the nam, and these we have need of as long as our spirit must be reborn upon the earth. And that is until we have learnt to master our emotions, our thoughts, and our will. And see, until you've mastered that, you remain on the earth, coming back to the earth and so on. And that leaves spirit, which is the only part of ourselves that endures forever. Well, you can see then that meditation and prayer are therefore a question of thought. It's the thought that counts, and therefore of the spirit. Well, when you think of qualities, you think of them with a part of your spirit called the za. You know the divisions of the body and of the soul, and how they are written. The za, which we think of, things that are permanent, is written like a circle with grid lines inside it, like a sieve. For just as a sieve can sift stones from dust, so does the za sift the dust of the earth, which is blown upon the wind and is no more seen from the rocks of truth which endure through time. And then she asks about how he writes his name, and the great Menis, Menis, I think, I'm not sure, Meniss, had called him Tsar, that's her dad, the pharaoh, saying that it was a good name for a ruler who could sift truth from falsehood and so give justice. The Tsar is part of your spirit. The second part of your spirit is that wherein is stored the memory of every experience that you have undergone since the moment when, having gained all experience possible in the realm of animals, you are first born a human being and could say, I am I. And it is the voice of this, your own individual experience, that says to you, to do this is wise, here is safety, and there lies danger. And then she says, well, yes, Father, but I've never been bitten by a snake, and yet I fear them. And Nea's never fallen from a height, yet he fears them. Through your many lives, says Father, the two of you have undergone different experiences. These experiences will have brought you several results. And so on. I've dealt with that previously, haven't I? Thank you, Heavenly Dad. You think of a notion of conscience guiding us. More accurately, I think we should say consciousness of what we found to be good and what we found to be not good. And that guides us accordingly. It's what's embedded so far in our soul. An amoral person would be one that is, if you like, extremely low on such consciousness. For instance, lies spontaneously because it seems expedient in their ignorance of the consequence of such. Do you see, I don't take it as some wicked and evil intention. It's just what children do because they haven't learnt or had the experience yet. And I do mean learnt. I mean, we do learn by experience, but we also learn, thank God, from good advice and those that love us. And good scripture, if you like, what we would want to call scripture. Noble guidance that really does result in fullness of life and life eternal. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Notice, dear one, the words are, well, I would spell it Z-double-A for the R definite pronunciation. The Z is, of course, a terminus in our mind. It's the last stop. And the Zar purpose is the completeness, which is, if you like, here, from this sort of reading, the perfection of justice. But God's understanding of the perfection, of course, is not a rule of law, but compassion and love, which takes us much further than the law can take us. True justice is the perfected, what we mean by love, care of others, compassion and understanding, seeking their prosperity as well as our own. And by prosperity, I don't just mean material, I mean in terms of spirit. Perfection, completeness. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. You might notice too that the name of the Pharaoh is spelt differently by the author, Joan Grant, Winged Pharaoh, MENISS, also spelt, it's also spelt MENES, and supposedly pronounced me-knees, a long E, me-knees, in which case I would spell it as MENEES, me-knees. But I think she's more likely to be right. It's unfortunate, and it sounds like the word menace, but it's menace. I don't know if you can discern a distinction there, but okay, thank you, Dad. I think I say Menez. Menez, yeah, I think that's what I say. Whatever. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.